then candidate John Dramani Mahama eshe Ghana for ball say Oba Abemua in his first 120 days on Ghana for a contract be a boshe ahodo 25 obe making sure say obe for failure the 120 days accountability na ebusuya enne mark exactly 120 days John Dramani Mahama then candidate and or president elect a day a two. Now, fortunate enough for us, the Institute of Economic Research and Public Policy, IERPP, at the press conference, and around 8 p.m. Updating in the news here, the best someone OB of Asempa at Nasi, and a quesinsia, pensing, a bosha hodwa John Dramani Mahama, and paying for say what another rebin wo, was share ya in day, you know. Fana nkasa sugu soma enyamfangu akwamua
it is a year komwa let me see chumna mo research work na wahefa
verdict no okay
I will phone this one
suppose you
let me see okay I think I have it here. Yeah, I have it here. Good Inti fully done. Of the 25 na yabo boy, they are fully done. According to your research, 1. Nominate within the first 14 days the complete list of cabinet ministers for parliamentary approval. Which was done.
Yeah.
Because when you only cabinet ministers and so on, 19.
Yeah.
That was done.
Within that 2 weeks.
Within 2 weeks. Good. Constitute the leanest and most efficient government under the Fourth Republic in my first 90 days in office. We know, yeah, the two fully done by asterisks. Asterisks who say, or can constitute the leanest and most efficient government.
Yeah. And
government is broad. Any ministers in Kwan. You understand? Government is broad, not just ministers. It is anka or a specific who say. Obeyi ebia. But say about the promise of the young appointees. You can say he would form the youngest cabinet ever.
Yeah.
In the history of Ghana.
Yeah.
Youngest cabinet. But when you say leanest and most efficient government, that's big.
What also for baby debatable efficient.
Efficient, yes.
Yes, debatable. But when you talk about the actual numbers here, yes, on the face value,
yes,
you might be tempted to give it to him.
No, actual numbers. So the challenge with that, they said the government is not fully set up now.
Yes. Within my first 90 days,
yes,
I'll form the leanest. So, Jajina, you don't judge him beyond the 90 days.
Okay.
And the first 90 days.
Okay.
So the first 90 days, no,
and
numbers,
3 months.
That is it. And the numbers need to say.
Yes. In the first 90 days, the leanest government in my first 90 days.
Sure.
What are you comparing it with?
Well, simply, you can only compare with the last one about 2 years.
Yes.
And that's maybe the previous ones.
Okay, into the previous ones, do we have numbers for their first 90 days? The second one, efficiency. How do you measure efficiency? In the first 120.
And Ghana for the first 120 days. You never measure the efficiency of ministers now and appointees now. How efficient they have been at their various portfolios near the among and your man penna mark yen and omo yed madia mayen. Tiene marking, among penny, amon sampa. If you can, a possible sort to me, Ghana for Becca, Eddie Achro.
That's good. Inti America say no, asterisk, because and yet
complete, sir.
And on the business school, who's never be a friend smart. Or set your objectives. Objectives should be smart. In the I was say specific. I was say measurable, and that's why we are saying that efficiency cannot be measured at this point. I was say attainable. I was say realistic, and I was say time bound. You don't know, sure. Yes, time bound. 90 days, and that's 90 days. Time bound. Attainable. You understand? For your friends, for leanest. You know. But the challenge is that the specificity, no,
and the measurability, no,
and the measurability, no problem. Because in terms of specifics, they can say leanest and most efficient government. Government is broad than just minister.
Sure.
And that's why I asterisk that. But number 3, and are fully done. Establish a robust code of conduct and standards for all government officials.
Okay, I think which was done this week.
Yeah, enrich, yes, and has been done. Number 4, hold a national economic dialogue.
Done. Which has been done.
Yes. The only way is a report from that dialogue may public.
The report promise hold national economic
of course. And that's and they say done. But when you just a side commentary, it's done. Yes. But again, so can say to discuss the true state of the economy and prepare a homegrown fiscal consolidation program to guide the budget.
The budget has been read.
The budget has been read. So our homegrown fiscal consolidation program is not public. Maybe a budget. Good. That has been done. Number 5, within my first 90 days in office, scrap the following draconian taxes to alleviate hardship and ease the high cost of doing business. E-levy, a 10% levy on bet winnings, and an emissions levy.
Okay.
Into a COVID levy, but COVID has not been
fully done.
Fully done. Good. Establish an accelerated export development council. And why? Enra Echi.
Okay.
Enra that by Tuesday.
Enra there be Enra.
Enra Tuesday. Yes. And okay. A 19-member council. Council me the Pabako 19. President and Kasa chairperson for the council. Convene a national consultative conference on education and also has been places will be who and other area but national rank is here back on in the announcement you can say it's been done. Of course the report from that consultative way has not been
published,
made public. Yes. Institute a government policy banning political appointees from purchasing state assets. Has that been done? Institute a government policy banning political appointees from purchasing state assets.
Can that be said to be in the code of conduct? Okay.
It's in the code of conduct. Okay. A code of conduct.
I think that's a part of it. I really say he's hoping say
pursue private members.
But
I would say you cannot fault because I'm say institute a government policy. You understand?
That's the policy of Mahama government.
Yes.
Which is part of the code of conduct.
Captured in the code of conduct. Allocate seed money for the establishment of the Women's Development Bank.
50 million Ghana cedis.
Yes, that has been provided for in the budget.
Okay.
It's been provided for in the budget. In the
seed money for
Women's Development Bank.
Yes. Okay.
It has been provided for in the budget.
Okay.
And as to say actual sikana
enough. I don't say enough.
As to say you're making available a form a bank.
Okay.
But man can form a bank. Within 120, they will allocate seed money, which has been done in the budget. Good. Launch the following priority job creation programs. And on the National Apprenticeship 1 million coders program. Some jobs. That one too fully done. Launch the Black Star Experience. Done. Yes. Commence investigative processes to purge state security agencies of all militia and vigilante elements.
Maintain once more, baby. Maintain a minister for defense.
Lawyer Chumberema.
Okay.
As HR audit no mo ye.
So mo isa militia for the free mo.
Report ne mai.
Okay.
But we no can say we will commence investigative process.
Okay.
You understand? We will commence. If you can give it to them, so they've commenced.
I know that was under the Interior Ministry.
Yes. A special committee was set up. And a lawyer Chumberema is secretary. And you can say the commence. Good.
Okay.
Initiate a probe into the man-made disaster caused by the VRA spillage from the Akosombo and Bone dams, a probe has begun. Or somewhere. Engineer Kofi. On the head committee. You know?
Oh, okay.
Okay. That's cool. And initiate immediate steps to compensate the flood victims.
Okay, yeah.
Including those in the Otibono. Yeah. Because committee in a year,
there's even a budget allocation. I think about 300 million cedis
in the budget.
Sure. Yeah, for this one. Yeah.
Into of the 25, no.
Okay.
14
and they
fully done. Another Becca say
semi done.
Oh, that be 14. Apart from COVID, the NPL. They are
fully.
Okay.
So
into 14 one that your my done. Afeyema the ones in progress.
Okay.
Commence drafting needed legal amendment and prepare for implementation of 24-hour economy.
Yeah.
It is in progress.
Sure.
I
said no kosa eswe
yeah. And in progress.
Yeah.
Intiano say for the promises no and the social contract no stricto sensu Obeka say of the 25 no the omotimi aye like done after 120 days no
14 out of the 25
okay and then meeting the specific social contract
no
good in the 4th the amiable in progress
okay
the drafting of the legal amendment implement the no academic fee policy for all first years.
It's in progress.
Because
some reimbursement.
Yes, even a portal has been launched.
Okay.
Say amount from far or complaint.
Okay.
Now all the portal will be a wet here.
So they are not going to do refund, cash refund, but carry forward into your next academic fee.
Sure. Introduce the following social interventions: free tertiary education for persons with disabilities.
Has it
started?
Yeah.
And then started. But the second part of the promise, no?
Yeah.
The Ghana Medical Care Trust has been done.
Yeah.
And you can say it's in progress.
Yeah.
Well, one part is done.
Yeah.
When I promise near 2 in 1. Into PWD's DNO.
Yeah.
Non-started.
But Mahama Care.
Yes, has been launched. Commence the distribution of free sanitary pads to female students in primary and secondary schools. It has commenced.
Yeah.
If the promise was commenced,
then it means it's done.
Progress.
That means it's done. Yeah.
True.
Okay.
If the promise was commenced,
there be say afraid or you say distribution.
Yes, or say commence the distribution.
And now time I launch at the Namkola no fee.
Na some kwara bi nya bi wo
e be no eche mo no wo no
it will commence distribution bia
it will come okay it is nipa two kra na
so the promise was to commence distribution.
Okay.
On that we will distribute for every Ghanaian child
at a go.
Yes.
Okay.
We will commence distribution.
Okay.
At the launch the distribution commenced.
Okay.
Because omwa at the launch so na ema
yeah school for kwada man yeah
omunya bi indeed the distribution has commenced to be fair.
Okay.
To be fair, I commence it. That's the specific promise. But you look at the letter of the promise. Number 5. In the year, the akoka esoro ho de no.
I 15. Okay.
Yes.
Out of 25.
Out of 25. Now 15. Number 5. Institute inquiries and or forensic audit into the following matters of public interest. Collapse of indigenous Ghanaian banks. Say no started. Your friend is saying illegal printing of money and started. National Cathedral started. Yes.
And then the local government crack and once.
Yes. And national security NIB more started.
NSBD
investigations and adewo. Illegal printing of money and started. Illegal and inflated single sourced contract. And started. COVID-19 expenditure started. PDS near Japan, SML, and shares. Sky Train has started.
Yeah.
African Games and started. Matsets. Galamsey fraud. Say OSP yebi. And no I dada.
Asana by neighbor.
Say OSP Charles Bisi Omoni are
the say President Mahama pencil.
Missing excavators and tricycles and started.
Yeah.
Sputnik V and started. Bust scandal and started.
Yeah.
Into that promise, no, ebi must start. You make say ongoing and that's in progress.
Yeah.
Yes. 6. An illegal and new mining ban illegal and new mining activities in forest reserves.
And just the president declare a ban on
that be undeclared.
Yeah.
Undeclared BBS.
Yeah.
The other can say no new licenses will be given.
Yeah.
In the no satisfy the second part.
The second part, the
ban
first part.
New mining activities in forest reserve, but to ban illegal mining in there has not been done. And Tree for Life omunye.
Yeah.
But Blue Water
Initiative
omaye. Reopen investigations into major unresolved criminal cases. 2020 election killings.
Your master T. IGP. Yeah.
IGP and T from IGP since then.
But they say commence.
Oh, sure. That has been done. Yes. I also was to go on a normal start here. Nekas I let an
the man room there, but say
Ahmed Hussein then
yeah.
Okay.
And a Silas Diano.
Silas Wolotami.
Oh, that's maintain one sem.
Okay. In the announcement you can say ongoing.
Yeah.
Good. And now for yaba in the ongoing the NES 6.
6, okay.
Yes. Now for yaba the omonye cry. Within my first 90 days in office, review taxes and levies on vehicles and equipment imported into the country for industrial and agri purposes.
It was not captured in the budget.
Yes. And that's what money.
Yeah.
But so be to make say dollar ne bar from now affected
there
port no.
There be.
And you review.
Say dollar ne cost rank can't me blame.
Okay.
So what they say.
Okay. Number 2, carry out a shake-up of all loss-making SOEs and realign them to break even and transition into profit-making.
I think we're in a cigar a bit me a boy. We need to check the first 120 days.
The statement BMI say the carry out BBC.
There be the carry out no. I'll see here. That shake up near there. Shake up can be say be a change of head.
Yeah, CEOs.
That is any certain President Mahama Baye. Yes, say CEOs be brave. Whether they are making profit or they are not making profit. Why say CEOs be brave? Now breaking even.
Are you saying say and no the constitution shake up for you?
When I make it for now.
But without that promise, no.
Yeah.
Still Uncle obey changes.
Oh, so your TSN your baby and watching you see you. And your baby.
No, but what I'm saying is without this promise, he would have appointed new CEOs.
That's if he wanted to.
Yes.
Okay.
It did not. What it then means, they said, this promise was more than just appointing CEOs.
Yeah. So check up Nibian. But I'm because maybe I'm interested in way breaking even within 120 days.
Where
120 days promise.
Turbo. Look at the wording of the promise.
Okay.
Carry out a shake-up of all loss-making SOEs and realign them for them to break even. In the end, just break even within 120 days. No, you have that here. There is a condition precedent to breaking even.
Okay.
That condition precedent also obey, which is to realign the SOEs.
Why?
Once you realign them, the enemies are money. So that's what I'm saying.
So when you realignment,
that is done. No money anyway.
Because when you realignment, it means the latter part. No, that's the breaking.
No, you cannot break even. Of course.
So if you establish, so when you so when you realignment, there, but shake up nabaso.
Minim say shake up abaso. I mean, I don't think say in their contemplation, no, the shake up now no more joining say we be change CEO de for forever. No, and then they say it's a normal because so man your promise we impa. They will still have appointed CEOs. That cannot have been in their contemplation.
But appointment of CEOs no specific with near a specific institutions be or see institutions here or music asma who they above for mass no can you.
Yes. Or say carry out a shake up.
Yes.
Of all loss-making
that is it. So baku ye cocoa board. Baku ye
cocoa board shake up ben akos.
You know what they Randy Abe koi. Dr. Randy Abe.
Now so I say men okay. It is a promise we anka Randy Abe.
Maybe.
In the anka why Joseph go here do better.
Maybe. Because in opposition as someone become here I said Ebo some of the agencies Libya Ebo Calibre no. What is Obuka ECG? Say no be come catch say ECG cry the cabbage 68 billion Ghana cedis. Ah. They want.
Yes,
what here? Okay. If the ECG can loss making and ECG need new CEO.
Yeah, but that cannot be the
there be opening patrol.
When them shake up, a shake up will be say, okay, I'm buy, you know. Yeah, the private sector participation. Said the minister starting, and the about ECG mo. That is a shake up. Now you see you. There's a given.
He's
something
head.
you would do.
He's the head.
He would have done that anyway.
No be more. Say your companies are making profit.
Yes.
With CEOs.
Yes.
Your companies are making losses with CEO. It's a adwene say enya niti and enchre. Now
in Cocoa Board would be say. Yeah, who say Cocoa Board I one a say they be a syndicated loan
yeah.
This time no yes sans hardien.
Yeah, I said yes
that is shake up.
Oh there be
what changed the status? Okay, you've departed from the norm.
It's a sad decision. In your president better take you.
Now why?
That decision you go to take by the CEO now or then the management
no, don't get it twisted. No. A major policy decision
because
it cannot be taken by
the policy
the CEO.
On the better say because president one way you catch and say Cocoa Board 5,000 cedis near ways and no better so better the CEO and the management bet me at man penny say baby I drew as Cocoa Board yeah syndicated loan.
But that decision a cabinet
and I'm just
a cabinet level.
But cabinet level before say be do one no somebody needs to
recommend
yes it will be better say baby a dream because no better say baby a no you was how den no say mu jama say yem fa sika koto cocoa beans a ye betimi ato
yeah, but because ultimately
yes
a cocoa
that is it see we no animal to you obetu no and better say adwuma no be gina yie ana say adwuma no enyina yie your companies are CEOs animal to obetu njo ama adwuma no boka your companies are CEOs animal to obetu njo ama adwuma no nya faso that is why they are giving the highest priorities in terms of remuneration not because of my warfare not because of their agenda but because of the position now on occupy no it ye be say you be you ejina mo CEOs no so ali so buy o come here ti asese Cocoa Board e monyo enya kura
very well enti eno ye one of them
okay
for now omonye den omo enye enti we've made that point no clear now yen share the final I think the last but one commence the review of the Customs Amendment Act 2020 to scrap the law banning the importation of salvaged vehicles.
Yeah.
There are no so
it's not captured in the budget.
Yes. Finally, lay before Parliament a new bill to streamline government scholarship administration.
Yeah.
Prohibit political appointees from assessing government scholarships, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And also in the 4 of them not done
that at all.
6 of them in progress. 15 of them done. Yes. And Tianono will bring it roughly to be 70%.
Yeah, at least most should be 75%.
Yes. The Omatumi Aye.
Yeah, 75%.
In the first 120
days.
Which is a pass mark,
yes,
really.
It's a pass mark,
which is a pass mark, really. And it's a
your grading system also depends on the kind of institution. So university be having a grading mark.
Of course.
Yeah,
of course.
If you have to use
of course.
A consistent grading mark, yeah. One ultimately B plus.
I think we know a good exercise. Going forward, no. We are mostly no parties near manifesto. Or my manifesto we are. Then when they win power, or Mahama say after 100 days, they achieve from your manifesto any.
Sure.
But this time a different because
specific
party name are specific 120 days promises, so we can then hold them to it.
Yeah.
But we should also know, say now that 120 days, we are saying we are now going back to the main manifesto document.
Yeah.
But there are so many other things in the main manifesto document. Being under the first 120 days, And it is 120 days next term, the omuntimi enye you know what happens to them.
Yeah. Also, once it's still a government contract there.
Yes.
Between the government and good people of Ghana there, we can still track it to see baby at the end of the 4 years. You may measure abide by all promises.
Yes. Yes.
Whether within the first 120 days or within the first 4 years, yes. Ghana for measure abide on both or the moment. And also, aside the national campaign and the national manifesto, yes. You were district, regional, community based promises.
Yes.
If you man pedi drew baby, I'm for catch them say, ya konya and I bridge ya one me. Man pedi oh, nana me buy ya me sham ya yamamu.
And no money manifesto.
Any national manifesto name. But it's a contract between abana wa ban because who no no. Yes. Or catch us your school down way, your bridge way, ya kwan way, and I show mo say, yes. Me ba me ye dia mamu. And also was something some of the cocoa grain areas concession reason. Oh, maybe this between a community based contract.
Yes.
Tell me amount for netisa beyond the bit me tell not me peppers and go for as me. She was sitting
the
twaba. It should be your thing can promise. And found to be your tears and promise.
Yeah.
She was sitting
yeah. The fatwaba.
Didn't hear sentiment for and prem.
Yeah.
The national economy no dey here Ghana for nyina emprempren.
It's true. It's true. There is also some good news from the office of the president. Now we know secretary to the president and in Sashasi.
Okay.
Inauguration of the task force for the establishment of a national airline. I refer to ongoing efforts towards the operationalization of Ghana's new national airline, a key component of our national aviation development agenda. In line with the President's directive, you are kindly requested to inaugurate the task force constituted to